Goodbye, Columbus is a novel written by Philip Roth and published in 1959. The story centers around the complex relationship between Neil Klugman, a working-class Jewish man, and Brenda Potemkin, a wealthy and privileged young woman. Set in Newark, New Jersey, the novel explores themes of social class, cultural clash, and sexual awakening. Neil, a library worker, becomes involved with Brenda during a summer fling. As their relationship develops, they confront the challenges and conflicts that arise from their different backgrounds and expectations. Roth's novel delves into the complexities of identity, particularly Jewish identity, in mid-20th century America. It examines the tensions between assimilation and cultural heritage, as well as the impact of societal pressures on personal relationships. Goodbye, Columbus offers a sharp and satirical commentary on the American dream, consumerism, and the pursuit of happiness. It explores the themes of materialism and the emptiness that can accompany the acquisition of wealth and status. Roth's prose is characterized by its wit, humor, and incisive observations of human behavior.
The Waters of Kronos is the story of John Donner, an aging writer who is driven from the West Coast back to Unionville, Pennsylvania, where he grew up. He discovers that the town he once knew has been submerged under the Kronos River because of a dam created to supply power for a hydroelectric plant. After viewing where the residents of the town's cemeteries have been relocated, Donner finds himself on a road that went through Unionville to coal mines, where he improbably sees a wagon carrying coal and seemingly rides this wagon into the past. Once there, he finds it is the night before his grandfather's funeral, and although he knows the town and its inhabitants, they do not know him. Richter describes the town and its inhabitants in sensual detail. The silent shadows of toads hopped in the garden. Occasional townspeople would pass on the street, the girls in light summer dresses, and all the time the drift of voices from front porches where families sat with occasional words between them or to those passing and pausing to chat and tell some news, so that by the time one went from Mill to Maple Street a social evening could be passed.
The Moviegoer is a novel written by Walker Percy and published in 1961. Set in New Orleans, the story follows the life of its protagonist, Binks Bolling, a young man in his 30s who is seemingly detached from the world around him. Binks, a self-proclaimed moviegoer, is disenchanted with the social expectations and routines of everyday life. He navigates his existence in a state of detached observation, seeking meaning and purpose in the midst of his own existential crisis. The novel explores themes of alienation, identity, and the search for authenticity. Binks embarks on a quest for a sense of personal significance, often finding solace in the distraction and escapism of movies. As he interacts with various characters, including his step-cousin Kate and his secretaries, he confronts the emptiness and disillusionment that pervades his own existence. Percy's novel captures the spirit of post-World War II America, reflecting the anxieties and existential concerns of the time. Through introspection and self-reflection, Binks grapples with the notion of individual agency in a society marked by conformity and superficiality.
Morte d'Urban is a novel written by J.F. Powers and published in 1962. The story follows the life of Father Urban Roche, a charismatic and ambitious Catholic priest who aspires to make a significant impact on the world. Set in the mid-20th century, the novel explores the challenges and complexities of religious life, particularly within the Catholic Church. Father Urban, a member of the fictional religious order of the Clementines, is known for his persuasive preaching and knack for fundraising. As the narrative unfolds, Father Urban is assigned to a struggling retreat house in rural Minnesota. He faces various obstacles, including financial difficulties and clashes with fellow clergy members. Despite these challenges, he remains determined to transform the retreat house into a thriving center of spiritual and social influence. Powers' novel delves into themes of ambition, faith, and the tension between worldly success and spiritual integrity. Through Father Urban's experiences, the novel offers a satirical and insightful examination of the human condition, the complexities of religious institutions, and the personal sacrifices required of those in positions of leadership.
The Centaur is a novel written by John Updike and published in 1963. The story is set in a small town in Pennsylvania and is narrated from the perspective of Peter Caldwell, a high school student, and his father, George Caldwell, a high school teacher. The novel blends elements of reality and mythology as it explores the strained relationship between Peter and George. George, a deeply introspective man, often sees himself as a centaur, a mythical creature embodying both human and horse-like qualities. Through George's imagination and musings, the novel explores themes of identity, mortality, and the complexities of the human condition. The Centaur draws parallels between the struggles of George Caldwell, who feels confined by societal expectations and personal disappointments, and the Greek mythological figure Chiron, a wise centaur known for his knowledge and suffering. The narrative weaves together elements of everyday life, family dynamics, and the influence of Greek mythology on the characters' perceptions of reality. It delves into the challenges faced by both Peter and George as they navigate their own inner conflicts and attempt to understand one another.
Herzog is a novel written by Saul Bellow and published in 1964. The story revolves around the life of Moses E. Herzog, a middle-aged and introspective intellectual who is grappling with personal and existential crises. Set in the mid-20th century, the novel delves into Herzog's thoughts and reflections as he navigates his failing marriage, his complicated relationships with women, and his struggles with academic pursuits. Through a series of letters and internal monologues, the reader gains insight into Herzog's turbulent mind and his quest for meaning and identity. Bellow's novel explores themes of love, betrayal, redemption, and the quest for self-understanding. As Herzog reflects on his past and engages with the world around him, he confronts the complexities of human relationships, the impact of societal expectations, and the nature of personal responsibility. Herzog is renowned for its rich and introspective prose, which captures the complexities of Herzog's inner world with a blend of wit, introspection, and intellectual depth. The novel offers a profound examination of the human condition, delving into the universal struggles of love, loss, and the quest for self-discovery.
The Collected Stories of Katherine and Porter is a compilation of short stories written by Katherine and Porter, one of the most celebrated American writers of the 20th century. Published in 1965, the collection showcases Porter's mastery of the short story form and her exploration of various themes and characters. The stories span different time periods and settings, offering a diverse range of narratives and perspectives. Porter's writing delves into the complexities of human relationships, the nuances of human behavior, and the impact of historical events on individual lives. Through her vivid prose and keen observations, Porter captures the essence of her characters and their experiences. She explores themes such as love, loss, identity, and the struggle for autonomy and fulfillment. Her stories often reveal the hidden depths and contradictions of her characters, illuminating the human condition with empathy and insight. The Collected Stories of Katherine and Porter represents a significant body of work that showcases Porter's craftsmanship as a storyteller.
The Fixer is a novel written by Bernard Malamud and published in 1966. Set in early 20th century Russia, the story follows the life of Yakov Bach, a Jewish handyman and fixer. Yakov, an outsider in a society plagued by anti-Semitism, is wrongfully accused of a ritual murder, a crime he did not commit. As he languishes in prison, he faces intense physical and psychological hardships, enduring the harsh realities of a corrupt and oppressive system. Malamud's novel explores themes of identity, persecution, and the struggle for justice. Yakov's experiences shed light on the prejudices and injustices faced by Jews in Tsarist Russia, as well as the resilience and determination required to survive in such hostile circumstances. The Fixer delves into Yakov's transformation as he confronts his own identity, grapples with faith and morality, and fights to prove his innocence. It also examines the power of language and communication, as Yakov strives to navigate a system that seeks to silence and oppress him.
The Eighth Day is a novel written by Thornton Wilder and published in 1967. The story revolves around the mysterious murder trial of John Ashley and explores themes of fate, justice, and the interconnectedness of human lives. Set in a fictional town in the Midwest, the narrative weaves together multiple perspectives and timelines. The trial of John Ashley, accused of murdering his cousin, creates ripples that extend beyond the courtroom, affecting the lives of various characters. Wilder's novel delves into the complexities of human relationships, family dynamics, and the moral implications of actions. As the trial unfolds, the reader is introduced to a wide range of characters, each with their own struggles and desires. The Eighth Day reflects Wilder's belief in the importance of community and the interplay of individual lives within a larger social context. The novel explores the idea of an eighth day, a concept beyond the conventional understanding of time, where redemption and understanding may be found. Wilder's prose is characterized by its introspective and philosophical nature, as well as its vivid portrayal of the human experience.
Steps is a novel written by Jerzy Kosinski and published in 1968. The book is a collection of interconnected, vignette-like stories that explore the fragmented and absurd nature of human existence. The narrative of Steps is non-linear and episodic, presenting a series of anonymous characters and their encounters in a chaotic and often dark world. The stories touch on themes of power, violence, sexuality, and identity, presenting a stark and sometimes disturbing portrayal of human behavior. Kosinski's prose in Steps is minimalistic yet poetic, conveying the emotional and psychological turmoil experienced by the characters. The stories are often surreal, exploring the boundaries of reality and the unpredictable nature of human interaction. The novel challenges traditional notions of storytelling, opting for fragmented glimpses into the lives of the characters rather than a linear narrative arc. This experimental structure invites the reader to interpret and piece together the fragmented narratives, creating a collage of human experiences.